right, Chris, you got your arsenal. What are we going with?
10 balls, 3 patterns. Not a lot of volume on a couple of them, so we got about at least two transitions in there. So build patterns kind of like I build, or build arsenals like I build them. I just start with earliest balls and I just try and stack them up where I have them all go a little bit longer than the ones before it. So my earliest ball is going to be the Harsh Reality. My second earliest is going to be the Gem. Pin is right there. I think this one's going to be the ball I start with on the first pattern. This is kind of what I'm going to transition to. This is the Absolute Power. It's a little cleaner cover, big core, so it has some similarities to the Reality. It's a little bigger step off than the Gem is in between there. This ball I liked a lot on a couple of the patterns now. Zen Gold with some surface on it. I used it with the Senior World Championships and in a few different places. Wasn't sure how I was going to fit in, but it kind of won that spot for me. The surprise in my arsenal that instead of a Zen and some things that I normally had, this Duo actually worked out for me. It's a lower pin, it's a weaker pin, so it stays on line. And here at the US Open, giving away the 3-pin, well, it just doesn't happen very much.
That same layout as that Zen Gold label?
It's very close. Yeah, that one's pretty close. It's also not terribly, it's just a little bit lower than the layout that's in my Gem. And so kind of my control type layout. After that, I got a shiny Zen Gold for later in the blocks. I have my Exponent, which is, as we've talked about on our Beef and BArnzy channel, this is our new IQ Tour. So kind of the medium low end. I have the new Exponent Pearl. That's going to be my longest, flippiest ball for the dry, and then my just in case. The 78U, that one has like 2,000 on it. It's not super chalky like the rest. It's to basically keep it in front of me. If I get in trouble and I need to throw it at the head pin and keep it on line, that's what I go with. So,
and then the most important one?
The one that's going to get way more shots than anything else, no matter what happens, that ice.
Just quickly, so tomorrow morning we've got the 39-foot flat.
Yeah.
What are you liking on that one?
There's two options there. The old school way I played on that before is use a lot of surface, use a lot of angle through the front and let it bleed off. And if I can make that work, that's what I'll do with the Harsh Reality. My second best look was actually with this Duo, basically playing like 14 to like 10, pretty firm, pretty up the back of it, and just tumbling it right there. And so in a way, it's a little bit like throwing urethane, but that shiny cover gets through the front way easier, and there's a little bit of friction in the front here at Woodland. Now, if all things go hell in a handbasket, the IQ 78 is my bailout, and we're going to look at 12, and we're going to lay it down on 12, and we're going to keep it on 12. The second pattern is the one that I think has a little bit of shape, and so it looked like it was a little bit hittable, and I really like the Zen Gold right off the bat. I think I'll probably start a touch more conservative than that, though, and use the Gem. So the one with surface on it. Yeah. And this has 1,000. It's lane shined up. It may get retouched again just before we get going, but I will probably start with the Gem first, and then just to have a little bit more control on the fresh, because there isn't time to break them down with one shot in each lane. And so start with the Gem, go to this, and I was able to use that for quite a while, and then after that we ball down towards some of these. This is the one pattern where the Exponent Pearl could come in play late, because there's a chance they're going to really burn. There's not a ton of volume. It's 27 mils. The guys have a little bit of friction. They're going to chase left to find hole because you can't throw it way right. And we should be over the left gutter cap probably the last 2 or 3 games, I would guess.
All right, day 3.
Day 3, 49 feet and a puddle. And the ball hooks early, then it pushes, then it hooks again, and then it pushes again. For me, the really big balls got offline in the front too much. I liked the Zen Gold again, keeping in front of me really slow. On the bottom end of the speed range, really forward with my hand, and then chasing it left as the front goes. But the angle to the 3-pin doesn't change very much. It's going to be on the 3-pin, a little early hook, and then pushing it to the head pin. And so as I balled down, I like Zen Gold to Zen Gold. The Duo was in play again. The Exponent was in play there as well. And that was really, they're so tight. I think it's just really more of that. Maybe the Exponent Pearl, you never know what might happen, but I don't see it happening.
Okay.
All right, that's what we got for the US Open.